Hello, welcome to Technology Hub, and in today's video we'll discuss what exactly the Kubernetes and why exactly we need the Kubernetes. And in the second point, what is the advantage of using Kubernetes, and also we'll understand how exactly an online shopping application works with the help of microservice. Okay, so in this series basically we'll discuss more about microservice and Kubernetes. So let's start. So what exactly the Kubernetes is? So Kubernetes is an open source platform used to orchestrate the container. Okay, so we'll discuss more about it in the next slides. So this particularly in this sentence you can able to see Kubernetes is an open source platform. So it's basically available as a open source and it used to orchestrate the containers. So we have different containers available in Kubernetes, so that used to interchange with each other and used to run the application. So we'll understand how exactly it works in the next slides. Okay, so in the second point, it is developed by Google. So Google used to develop Kubernetes first time, then other platforms use this Kubernetes like Azure or Amazon or Google, all are using the Kubernetes in their cloud environment. And in the third point, it used in microservice based application. Normally we have the microservice based application, so this is widely used in microservice based application. Okay, so why exactly we need the Kubernetes? Okay, so we have different advantages of Kubernetes basically, if you notice. So in the first point, if you notice, deal with microservices so easy to deployment. Okay, so if you'll see this sentence, if any new module is added, then we no need to disturb the existing functionality. So if I show you in the next slide, what does this mean? So let's say we have initially there are two modules. Okay, one is customer and one is product in my online shopping application. Okay, now if I wanted to add an order module, okay, to this particular application, so just remember previously this is my application modules, there was no module called order starting onwards. So later I thought, okay, I'll add this order module. So what exactly I'll do, I'll just simply add this order module without disturbing this one. So remember, this all are different individual application deployed separately. Okay, so if I wanted to add new one, so I can deploy this particular application separately, not along with this one. So it will be independent, so there will not be any dependencies with it, so that it will be easier to maintain things. Okay, so if you'll see this next slide, if I am going to the previous slide, so it's saying that it's easy to maintain. As I already told, we have different modules deployed separately. So if you'll notice here this line, so it's saying that when any modification happening to the module, then only that module need to be tested and deploy. So if we'll go to the next slide, we'll understand this one in a better way. So let's say we have added three modules now, these two and this later part. So now we have three modules. Now what we'll do, we want some kind of modification to this particular customer module. Okay, so what's the plan? Actually we'll do the changes in this customer module and we'll deploy separately. So these two modules will not be disturbed. Okay, so these two modules will not be disturbed, only we need to deploy only these things. Okay, normally in monolithic application, what happens, if you are changing something, you need to deploy each complete application so that it will be up. So in microservice you need to deploy separately, even though any modifications are there, you need to deploy single wise. Okay, not complete things. So that's the another advantage. So no need to test remaining modules again, only that same module need to be tested, in this case customer module. Okay, in the third point, if you'll notice here, traffic management for services. Okay, what does this mean by it? So if traffic to a container is high, this line. Okay, Kubernetes is able to load the balance and distribute the network traffic so that the deployment is stable. Okay, so let's understand this one in the next slide. So it's saying that if there is more traffic, let's say I have three modules, this and this. So let's say lots of people are ordering something because of some offers. Okay, so what will happen, a huge traffic is coming to this module. Okay, so now what Kubernetes will do, it will create a multiple replicas of the pod. Okay, I'll explain what exactly this pod is. So multiple replicas of this application. Now understand, this is an application, multiple replicas of the application. So if the traffic is high, so what Kubernetes will do, automatically create one more replicas and distribute the traffic to everyone, 1, traffic 2 and 3. Okay, so that the load will be balanced. Okay, so another more traffic, so it will create one more replica of it, so the traffic will balance. So here whoever is accessing this application, they have 4 options. Okay, we have this order having 4 options. So here more traffic is there, then this microservice will move to that particular order, will come to this particular replica. If here these 2 are full, then here it will come, the traffic will come to this or else this. So this way the traffic will be managed and the user will easily can able to access this order module. Okay, so they don't have any issue. So the load balance will be handled by the microservice. Okay, so this is how exactly this traffic management works. Okay, now in the 4th point, if you'll notice here, secret and configuration management. Okay, so normally Kubernetes, what it used to do, it has some secret YML file that we can deploy. So there we can put our secret related values like password or any kind of SSH key or any kind of tokens and all. And we have also the config map that we'll discuss later part. So there is a config map is there where we can put our key value pair, which is not that much of security is required. Like you can give your some any value. So let's say you are giving your state value as you wanted to put in a configuration, some state, then you can put any UP, MP, any state you can put that key value pair, which is not very security is required. There you can put in a config map. So that config map YML, and the secret is basically you can put the secured values. So that's also provided by the Kubernetes. So that's also can be configured to the deployment file, that we'll discuss what exactly the deployment file and all. So currently you understand these are the different features available in the Kubernetes. Okay, so this is how exactly the online shopping module works, and I have described how exactly in pictorial diagram how exactly we can orchestrate these values, whatever the request is coming, and how exactly this microservice work and what exactly the advantage of it. Thank you for joining.